that if re-elected, his government will continue to open doors to more opportunities in the region. He made the pledge at a campaign rally held at Lake Tanganyika grounds in Kigoma region.
Kwa sababu mnafahamu tulipoingia awamu ya 5 tuliamua kufufua zao la.
When the fifth phase government came into power, we decided to revive all palm trees. Here in Kigoma, because this is a commercial crop for this region, it was forgotten for a long time. You remember that I sent here the Prime Minister. Did you not see Minister Majaliwa? He came back about 2 or 3 times. I gave him the duty to revive all palm trees in Kigoma region because I want Kigoma to rise. We've made plans to repair MV Liemba and there is money, 10 billion set aside. We've also made plans to buy 2 big ships that will operate in Lake Tanganyika. We plan to expand Kigoma Airport. An aircraft has many benefits in development. Progress has no party. Even those who opposed are now boarding. Mr.
The presidential candidate of Chadema party, Tundu Lissu, has emphasized the importance of constituent administration in order to give citizens the freedom to decide on how to utilize resources in their communities. He made a statement at a campaign rally at Kashato grounds in Mpanda Town, Katavi region.
When we speak about changing the constituency system, we don't mean that we are returning the colonial system, but rather we mean that a system that the people of Mpanda, Katavi, if you want a regional commissioner, if you need one, we choose him ourselves. The same applies to the district commissioner. If we need one, it is we who choose. If we want our money to be placed under town management, if we want, it is us who choose. And if he doesn't perform, we remove him. We want issues concerning water in Mpanda and that in Katavi, it is decided by the people of Katavi. We want the construction of schools, any school, to be decided by the people in Katavi, not to wait for the president to say. We should decide ourselves. If we want to bring medicine, we should not wait for MSD to bring us, but by ourselves.
The presidential candidate of Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM in Zanzibar, Dr. Hussein Mwinyi, has completed the first round of campaigns among special groups by calling on residents of Pemba to safeguard the existing peace so that CCM can continue to implement its development programs.
If we produce more in Zanzibar, we will be able to repair many things, infrastructure and better benefits for all workers.
We
are asking that you enable our union to have access to loans with affordable interest rates.
With 40 days remaining until the October 28th general election, various civil society organizations have said there is need for election manifestos of various political parties and campaigns to address challenges facing various groups in society, such as children and youth.
The issue on cruelty against children is extensive, which we've not had candidates speak about how they are going to address it. There's also the issue concerning education. They speak about building schools and infrastructure, but not on how they are going to improve education to enable a child to participate in bringing development. A lot is being done by the government, but people are not informed. What is missing is information. So there are 2 challenges here. The government has no system to relay information to the grassroots. But there is a lack of interest from the youth to seek information. As employers, we don't need someone that we have to train. We want someone who will come to assist in one way or another. And a lot of graduates lack experience. So if a system could be started to allow students to have internship opportunities.
An elephant has attacked and killed a resident from Njiro area in Arusha region. Wildlife rangers intervened in the incident by killing the animal in order to prevent from continuing to cause more harm.
We heard that an elephant had escaped into the bush, so we went out to look for him, but we were somehow scared. We ran for cover. I asked the people not to get close to the area and to be cautious so as to prevent further damage. We've lost one boda driver who went close to take a picture. Officers had to go back to the office and get ready to search for the elephant.
The High Court of Tanzania Dar es Salaam Division has sentenced to hang 5 accused found guilty of the murder of the former member of the Constitutional Review Commission, Dr. Sengondo Mvungi, 7 years ago.
Guilty include Msigwa Matonyazi, Mianda Salua, Paulo Mdondono, Longishu Losingo, and John Mayunga. The court freed Juma Kangungu after the prosecution failed to prove his involvement. The 5 accused are reported to have killed Dr. Mvungi on 3rd November 2013 at Mbezi Msakuzi area in Dar es Salaam.
The chairman of the CEO Roundtable, Sanjay Rugani, has commended the media for the role they played in informing the public without fear during the coronavirus pandemic. He made the statement after 2 of the IPP media houses in Dar es Salaam.
Hali ya dunia imebadilika.
Because of corona, the world has changed, and it is good for the private sector to have a strategy for economic growth. And this is a good time because Tanzania is going towards the election, and many politicians are speaking about what will follow after the election. And as a private sector, we don't do politics. What we want is development, so it is good to speak about the economy.
And that is the end of the national news. International news is next after the break. In international news, Uganda's People's Defense Forces, UPDF, has said it has surrounded Moroto Mountain, where it is alleged more than 200 prisoners who escaped this week are hiding. Security has also been strengthened at the border between Uganda and Kenya in order to prevent the prisoners from escaping into Kenya.
Who is trained to do so is the army, not trained to do that. Therefore, the only option is use of the army, and actually it's doing it.
Residents in Malindi along the coast of Kenya have demonstrated calling for the resignation of the Minister of Health, Mutahi Kagwe, due to embezzlement of funds allocated to fight the coronavirus pandemic in the country.
Testing will not be mandatory. National teams participating in international events to the measures and the guidelines that have been provided.
The government of Uganda has returned more than 200 Ugandans who had been stranded in Rwanda after the borders between the two countries were closed due to the coronavirus pandemic.
Activities that they did had come to an end. Burundi Insat. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is asking executives, the general public and security organs to be vigilant so this behavior can be dealt with accordingly, so people use official routes and pay relevant taxes.
The Minister of Internal Security and Social Development in Burundi has warned against illegal trade, particularly along border areas between Burundi and the Democratic Republic of Congo, whereby some members of the police force are also alleged to be involved.
There has has been a lack of peace in North Kivu province. The herd leaders will be coming on Sunday. We need them to help us and agree so we can have peace. All the 5 presidents have seen the problems in Congo. People are dying and more are struggling and are not able to farm.
That was a story on residents in Democratic Republic of Congo urging leaders in the Great Lakes regions who are expected to meet in Goma to find speedy solutions to the security problem in the country. And that is the end of international news. Business News is next after the break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
In business news tonight, the President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Ali Mohammed Shein, has inaugurated a new cloves processing plant by assuring that current clove prices will remain unchanged even if global prices fall.
Karafuu kuanzia sasa itakuwa kwa kilo moja tutanunua kwa mkulima karafuu shilingi 14,000.
The price of clove now will be buying at 14,000 from the farmer, and if in the global market there is an increase in price, then I will give instructions so the price can be increased.
Lindi region has announced the new cashew nut buying season will officially start on October 3rd this year, with the Commissioner of the region, Godfrey Zambi, directing the District Commissioner of Kilwa to ensure all challenges are removed before the commencement of the auction.
We've received 30,000 sacks last night, but there is another vehicle on its way. So by Saturday, we would have received 130,000 sacks.
Tanzania Revenue Authority TRA has called on entrepreneurs in Kagera region to ensure they have taxpayer identification numbers TIN and pay their taxes before 30th of September this year.
Na baadhi ya wafanyabiashara wanastahili kuwa na tini.
Some business operators are supposed to have tax identification numbers so we can estimate tax owed. They have traders' ID cards. We informed them that they must come to the office so they can have tax estimations and pay relevant taxes. We are grateful for Tanzania Revenue Authority because they have enabled us in training on how to pay tax, which is different from how it was previously.
And that is the end of Business News. Sports News is next after the break.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Marquinhos. He did lose some length.
In sports news, Simba Sports Club head coach Sven Vandenbroek has explained his decision to start Medier Kagere on the bench despite the Rwandan finishing the last Premier League season as the top scorer.
I cannot give explanations to the outside because that's between me and the player. Everything what is in between me and the player is not for media. You can ask me that question 100 times, but 100 times I will give you the answer that I will not discuss it with the outside.
Virtual Rally stakeholders have urged local and international companies to sponsor the sport as it has the potential of promoting the country internationally.
We can organize some training where the youth can participate and later get sponsorship. But for now, we still need to promote the sport, to promote our local rallies, and thereafter, we will be recognized in the world.
Jose Mourinho has said his Tottenham squad is overstocked and that he has too many players to manage comfortably as he prepares to bring in Gareth Bale and Sergio Reguilon from Real Madrid. Here's more on that story.
Spurs squeezed past the 9-man Lokomotiv Plovdiv in the Europa League second qualifying round on Thursday, and Mourinho left 8 first-teamers at home, including Dele Alli and Toby Alderweireld. He was still able to field a side packed with senior players, and they were fortunate to go through given that with 10 minutes to play, they were a goal down in Bulgaria. Questioned on whether Ali, who was substituted at half-time in the defeat by Everton on Sunday and has been linked with a move, would return to the side against Southampton this weekend, Mourinho suggested his options needed slimming.
Down by 17 in Game 2, Miami Heat did it again. And after making the Boston Celtics lose another big lead on the court, as well as the cool in the post-game locker room, the unheralded Heat are 2 wins away from the NBA Finals. Here's more on that story.
Scored 25 points. Bam Adebayo led a big third-quarter rally to finish with 21. And the Heat pulled off another comeback to beat the Celtics 106-101 and take a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. They had been 0 of 21 in playoffs games when trailing by at least that many at intermission. They are 1 of 21 now and 2 wins away from their first NBA Finals since 2014. And the team said the 17-point comeback matched the biggest in Heat postseason history.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has revealed his requested Mason Greenwood not be reselected by England this month because the 80-year-old needs a break. Here's more of the story.
The Manchester United forward's inclusion in the squad took an unwelcome turn when he broke COVID protocols and was sent home from Iceland. Greenwood and Manchester City's Phil Foden each invited a woman to a room at England's hotel in Iceland, breaking rules to safeguard against the spreading of the virus. Gareth Southgate, the England manager, ordered both players to fly home.
And the sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. Thank you for watching and good night.
Marquinhos. He did lose to Len.
There are very many international organizations in the country.
Governments all around the world must collect taxes.
Could be any country in the world, and we only get to hear what they do in Tanzania.
Agriculture, in my view, is one of the main perspectives for
our embassies and high commission operate in Tanzania and how Tanzania can benefit from the presence of this organization, of these embassies in the country. And you can only catch it on the Monday Agenda, which is aired every Monday 8:45 to 9:30 here on Capital Television. Stay tuned.
Live on our social media accounts, YouTube Capital TV and Facebook Capital Television Tanzania from Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe and put notification on. You can watch Capital News live on our social media accounts, YouTube Capital TV and Facebook Capital Television Tanzania from Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe and put notification on.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Habari za usiku watazamaji wetu wa ITV pote pale mlipo, habari za usiku wasikilizaji wa Radio 1, habari za usiku wasikilizaji wa Capital Radio. Ni siku nyingine tena ya Alhamisi tunakutana katika kipindi hiki cha malumbano ya hoja. Tunapata fursa kuweza kujadili masuala mbalimbali ambayo usiku husika tumeweka mezani kulingana na mada ambayo ipo, na pia tunapata namna ya kuweza kushirikiana na wageni ambao wanapata nafasi ya kuja moja kwa moja hapa studio na kuweza kuzungumza nasi au kuweza kujadiliana nasi kwa mada yenyewe ambayo iko mezani kwa kinaga ubaga. Na siku ya leo tumeweka mada inayosema kwamba kuelekea kilele cha siku ya tembo Tanzania, nini kifanyike kumaliza migogoro kati ya binadamu na wanyamapori? Kuelekea kilele cha siku ya tembo Tanzania, nini kifanyike kumaliza migogoro kati ya binadamu na wanyamapori? Hiyo ndio mada ambayo tumeweka mezani siku ya leo. Mtazamaji na msikilizaji popote pale ulipo, unapata nafasi pia baadaye kuweza kupiga simu na kuweza kuzungumza nasi na kuweza kuchangia kama una maswali, una maoni. Lakini hivi sasa mtazamaji na msikilizaji, tunaanza kutambulishia wageni wetu ambao wamepata nafasi kuja moja kwa moja hapa Mikocheni jijini Dar es Salaam. Kipindi ni mubashara kabisa. Nitaanza kutambulisha Profesa Noah Sitati. Huyu ni mtaalamu wa wanyamapori. Karibu sana Profesa.
Asante.
Naam. Tunaye bwana Canisius Karamaga. Huyu ni mkurugenzi msaidizi maendeleo ya wanyamapori, Wizara ya Maliasili na Utalii. Karibu sana. Tunaye Willy Bright Munuo. Huyu ni afisa mhifadhi mwandamizi mamlaka ya usimamizi wa wanyamapori Tanzania TAWA. Karibu sana ndugu. Lakini tunaye Faustini Masalu, huyu ni afisa wanyamapori mkuu Wizara ya Maliasili na Utalii. Karibu sana.
Asante
Bwana Masalu. Hawa ndio wageni wetu ambao mpata nafasi kukaa meza kuu siku ya